And I'm guessing that's a ready from Huff. Alright, I'm gonna say that's a ready. Sure. Alright. It's okay, that does mean ready. Alright, let's get started with game 1 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Nice intuition. It was ready indeed. Yep. My barely passing for a brain intuition. Alright, we have both players are now ready for a Tetris. Huff doing a couple of burns, take care of the stack. Nenu getting a little bit high here, waiting for Lombard. It was finally going to show up. And Huff dealing with the same drought. So finally, both players are able to score. Now I have 31,000 for Nenu and Huff with 30,000 points. We now have 78,000 for Nenu, 75,000 for Huff. Both players are maintaining clean boards right now. Looks like Huff is a couple of pieces ahead in the sequence, but I do see that they do have the same exact RNG. Both players are going to maintain clean boards for the time being. And there's a Tetris for Nenu to go to 146. Huff at 146 as well. Behind only by 380 points. Huff is also 3 lines ahead. And now even more so. And there's a long bar for both players. It's going to take Nenu to 172 and Huff to 195. Imagine using Streamlabs SMH. Yep. This is really making me want to just set up an OBS layout. And now we have Huff with a line dependency, and wow, great adjustment there from Nenu. Putting the S vertical for the O tuck. That was a beautiful play right there. Nenu now with some weight on the right. Oh wow, nice T-spin there to open up the right side. And Nenu's going to get a Tetris, go to 269. Huff taking care of some burns right now, so Nenu has a chance to grab a lead here. Or at least expand what's already there. There we go, Nenu's clean once again. Huff with a T-spin. But still having one more burn to clear at least before opening up the right side. And there's a T for the burn. And Nenu gets a Tetris, goes to 317. We have Huff at 254 with an even cleaner stack. So unfortunately, not getting the best run of pieces there. Huff's now forced to take some more burns. And Nenu making an O adjustment for the L piece. And Tetris for both players. 368 for Nenu. Now 391 after scoring another Tetris. Huff with 334. So from the looks of it, Nenu is ahead here by about 2.5 Tetrises. And they have the exact same line count. So it seems that Nenu's been able to use this sequence of pieces more efficiently. Yeah, we all love the we all love Nenu stacking. It's great. Tuck setups, and they by and large work out. Incredibly smart plays. And wow, look at that OJ there from Nenu. Now 460,000 points for Nenu, 383 from Huff. Huff taking some burns up top there, waiting for a long bar. It's finally going to show up and he's going to score and go to 409. Nenu in the meantime, 486. And makes a J adjustment for the S piece. And Huff high up once again, taking burns. But this time the well is going to stay blocked for a little bit. Finally gets great pieces, and he's opening up the right side. And Huff's going to take a Tetris, and another Tetris to go to 460. However, Nenu's still trailing ahead by 3 Tetrises now to score 538. Nenu gets a Tetris, and both players now just 1 Tetris away from transition. Each of them now at 128 lines. And Huff's going to take a double into transition, but he's able to get a long bar right for the Tetris, and he scores another one. So 511 now for Huff. Nenu with a 585 transition goes to 689 after a Tetris. And there's another Tetris for Nenu to go to 634. Both players are mostly clean so far in post. Nenu having to take some burns, but he's able to get the long bar right for a Tetris. Go to 663. Huff now behind 120,000 points. But stacking fairly well here, keeping a nice clean board. Huff's going to get a Tetris and go to 595. Closing the gap now to just 95,000 points. There's a Tetris for Nenu. Huff's ready for a Tetris, and there's a long bar. So 717 for Nenu, 623 for Huff. And Nenu with that Tetris is going to go into level 22 with a 745. Huff scores again, but now it's a low left side. We'd like to see an L piece. And now a J. Gets the J for the dependency right before the long bar to score a Tetris. So we have Huff at 685, now on level 23. Nenu also reaches 23 with a 779. Nenu with the potential here to 1.1, and with enough efficiency, possibly even 1.2. And Huff now makes it to level 24 with a 744. Both players stacking fairly clean. Oh, and Nenu getting a bad run of pieces. He wanted a J but got an L. Wasn't a good spot for it on the right side, so Nenu now having to take some burns, and Huff now has a chance to catch back up. And he's keeping his keeping a clean board here. Huff's going to score Tetris into 25 with an 808. And he scores again to go to 839. Now just 16,000 points away from Nenu. But Nenu's Tetris ready. And wow, Huff hits a really nice line spin. But he misses the Z spin afterwards. So now he's going to have to take some more burns. Nenu in the meantime is clean once again and still in the lead. 887,000 for Nenu on 25. And Huff on 26 with 847. Unfortunately, Huff has a really deep 2 wide there in columns 3 and 4. He's going to turn to a long bar dependency with the long bar, but he is able to get a center well Tetris out of it. And Huff takes a few more burns and starts stacking for a right well. Nenu in the meantime, 989 on 27, Huff at 927. And there's the Tetris for Nenu to max out. Still in level 27, but he hangs the L on the left side. Nenu would like a long bar now. He gets it and goes to A63 into 28. And Huff now with an L hang as well. And unfortunately, he's not going to get the J left. And Huff is going to top it at 935, so Nenu takes game 1. And can Nenu set up this last Tetris? He does, but oh, it wasn't even a Tetris. There was a hole. A75, though. GG to both players. Putting up some strong games here to begin. Alright, now both players are ready. So, it's time for game 2 to begin in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Huff's gonna get the first Tetris of this game. Nenu's gonna follow suit. Neither player having to burn yet. There's a double from Huff. He has to take another double with the squares. His board was pretty jagged. Nice eye adjustment there from Huff. And Huff now has a bit more awkward of a board. He's looking for a J piece. He's not going to burn anything. And Huff is unfortunately forced to continue building upwards as he tries to find a way to burn. It's a nice adjustment with the T piece for the Z. Nenu in the meantime, playing very efficient so far. A nice OJ there from Nenu. Currently, Nenu's only burned one line. He already has 137,000 points on 25. And he gets another Tetris and sets up a Vits with the J piece. Amazing board and piece recognition there from Nenu. Huff in the meantime has gotten clean once again. And Huff's going to get a Tetris and go to 110. Nenu versus Trista. Who has the most 5-head adjustments? The answer, Greg, is yes. And there's another great adjustment there from Nenu. Making an O-tuck setup with the T-piece when the O was next. Nenu now taking his, I think, third burn? I don't know, but Nenu's playing incredibly efficient right now. 255,000 points at 50 lines. Huff in the meantime holds in the stack, and he's currently lagging behind by over 100,000 points. He currently has 144. Nenu just got another Tetris, so Nenu's now rocking a 130,000 point lead, which is about 6 Tetrises. Nenu doesn't understand the board. He is the board. True. And Huff is looking for some good pieces here to open up the right side. Make some nice placements there to make the burning a little bit easier. And Huff's going to reopen the right side, score a Tetris. So now we have 174 for Huff. And Nenu is still going on a tear here at 334. He slowed down a little bit in the last 20 lines, but still maintaining some pretty good pace right now. As he currently has 357,000 points, 75 lines. Which at this rate will be a transition over 600,000. And Huff in the meantime with 228, now down 170,000 points. He scores a Tetris and goes to 252. But it's going to have the really difficult task here of trying to outplay Nenu. And Huff's going to score a Tetris and go to 300,000 points at 100 lines. Nenu already crossing the 100 line mark there at 103 lines with 497. Now 519,000 at 107 lines. And who probably won't have a hard time getting a 600 transition if he's able to stay efficient and avoid digging. There's another Tetris for Nenu. 565. And Huff is now over 200,000 points behind at 333. And there's a couple more Tetrises there for Huff. He has one more before transition available to him. Huff's board's not looking too great anymore. Able to start building on the left and gets a really helpful T piece for the middle. So Huff's board looking in good shape now for the transition. And he's going to reach level 19 at 410,000 points. And meanwhile, Nenu transitioning at 659. Incredible efficiency there from Nenu, especially in the final third of level 18. He's going to get a Tetris, maintain some efficient gameplay here, going to 709,000 into level 20. Huff in the meantime with a very large deficit right now. Best he can do is probably hope that Nenu just has to take a ton of burns here through kill screen or top out well beforehand. Huff currently 470. He's going to get a Tetris and go into level 21 at 496. Nenu getting a Tetris on level 21. Now has 764,000 points. Incredible game here from Nenu. Unfortunately, not getting the Z all the way left, but he's able to get another piece all the way left to fill out that part of the board. And Nenu getting some good pieces. Now he's Tetris ready. Huff in the meantime still down by a lot here. He gets a Tetris and goes to 592 into level 23 with Nenu already at 800,000 points. And showing no signs of slowing down. Huff is slowly beginning to run out of time to try to make this up. And Huff's getting really high. He knows he has to play aggressive, but unfortunately is not going to pay off as he tops out at 592. So Nenu at 851 is good, and we'll take game 2. I suppose Nenu's just going to play this one out. No problem. Finally getting an L for that tuck. Then I get a Tetris and make a hole with a J piece. And Nenu uncovers the hole. It looks like he's trying to play as efficiently as possible, as he could have taken a burn with that T piece. Nenu actually has a potential to 1.1 here. It's only 2 Tetrises away. There's one. See how well Nenu can play through kill screen. Like something for the left now. Gets a J. Takes a burn. And it's like he wants to set up for 2 Tetrises, trying to 1.2 perhaps. Oh, he misdrops the long bar. So 1.1 is all he's going to get there. But GG nonetheless. That game is absolutely yours. And now we have Nenu taking Huff to match point. So here we go with game 3 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. TA for Donkey's ass. Oh my god. So Huff's gonna get the first Tetris here. And Nenu's gonna make a no adjustment there for the L piece. Neither player taking a burn yet. Both able to play efficiently, but unfortunately for Huff, he's gonna have to take a couple of burns there. That triple setup was beautiful. That L is going to allow all the holes to be uncovered, and the right well in addition to that. So Huff is gonna end up with a clean board, but unfortunately not fully accommodating. So now he has to put more weight on the right and take some more burns. We have a minor slowdown here from Huff. Nenu in the meantime has a Tetris now and goes to 94,000 points. Huff at 80,000. Now both players are going to score, so Nenu's going to maintain here a near 2 Tetris lead. Okay, that's pretty monk-ass. What on earth? And in the meantime, we have Nenu at 142 and Huff at 130. Nenu with a clean board, and Huff with an S-Spire and a hole over rows 1 and 2. It's going to open up the hole and turn it into a column 8 Tetris ready well. And Huff's going to get that column 8 Tetris and go to 155. Nenu taking a couple burns here. It's going to reopen the right side, score a Tetris, and go to 195. For a very brief moment there, Huff had the lead, but Nenu took it back, and now Nenu's going to get another Tetris and go to 218,000 points. So Nenu's going to have this small lead for the time being. And it's a true lead here, as small as it is, as Nenu's actually 3 lines behind Huff at the moment. There's another Tetris for Nenu to go to 241. So now we have an almost 2 Tetris lead here for Nenu. And Huff unfortunately stuck taking a couple burns here and there. So with Nenu playing as efficiently as he does, unfortunately these couple of burns is enough to slowly start adding more to the lead that Nenu has. There's a Tetris for Nenu to go to 266. And Huff with the Tetris goes to 231. So Nenu's staying here almost 40,000 points in the lead. Huff's a little high up. He's able to get the J left and open up the right side. And he gets the long bar to score a Tetris and bring the stack down a bit. And there's another Tetris for Huff. 279 now at 75 lines. Nenu also at 75 lines has 315. The SZ Corian thing. Such a fun adjustment to make. Now both players here are at the 2/3 mark through level 18. 384,000 points for Nenu. He's going to score a Tetris, go to 406. And we have 351 for Huff. And there's a simul Tetris. Nenu's going to stay over 2 Tetrises into the lead. He's going to score once again. So from the looks of it, Nenu is on track once again for a 600k transition. Meanwhile, Huff is probably looking for a high 500s transition. There's a Tetris for Nenu to go to 521. And Huff with a bit of an awkward stack there. Right side's blocked. And he's going to uncover the right side. Now just looking for a long bar. Nenu with some nice tucks there. And there's a Tetris for Nenu to go to 568. Only 2 Tetrises away from the 600k. He's probably able to do that by transition. Unfortunately, he's getting an uncomfortable set of pieces there. It's going to force him to put a little bit of weight on the right side. And Nenu hits a Buko spin and goes to 593 with a Tetris. My goodness. Nenu holding out for this last Tetris. He has 1 burn available. And Nenu's going to get the 600 transition. 618,000 points into level 19. Huff transitioning in the meanwhile with a 542. Huff's going to get a Tetris, go to 566. Nenu now on level 20 with a 646. Nenu's Tetris ready. Would like an L piece. The L is not showing up. Finally it does, but Nenu has a little bit of cleanup to do. And Huff is maintaining a clean board here. And there's a Tetris for Huff to go to 602 into level 21. Nenu's still 50,000 points ahead at 657. And there's a Tetris for Nenu to go to 691 into 22. And Huff currently has 632, so lead not changing by much. Still hanging around 50,000 points. Both players going to score a Tetris. And now with both players at 166 lines, we see that Nenu has a real 50,000 point lead over Huff. Now both players are on level 23, continuing to take burns here as they both have to endure a drought. Finally, the long bar is going to show up, and each player using the exact same long bar for a Tetris. And unfortunately, Huff's going to make an awkward T placement, if not just a straight up misdrop. And that's going to force Huff into a burning situation here. So Nenu's in a position to open up a larger lead. Nenu currently at 792 and Huff at 721. Huff entering level 25. Nenu following suit. Nenu maintaining a pretty aggressive stacking regime here. As he holds out for this long bar. Finally it shows up and he gets a Tetris. Here's another Tetris for Nenu, and Huff is way up high. Might not be able to survive this. He's not. And he's going to top out at 724, so Nenu at 866 is good. And completes the set 3-0. And then 4 long bars between 8 pieces. Oh, wow. And Nenu's going to try to get the max, and he will. Going to 1,019,000 points. And now playing a bit of kill screen. And he's wanting a long bar, and there it is. There's a double. Not gonna be able to do anything else, but that max out is more than enough. Oh wow. Back-3-back max outs. Alright, GG's to both players, putting up some pretty strong games there. Especially Nenu with the back-3-back max outs.